Hey trackies, welcome back to another video here on TXT Track Time. Please remember to like the video and also subscribe to the channel. Trackies, we outside! Yay! Tomorrow is the Jamaica Athletics Invitational and we gonna be outside. I'm gonna be linking up with some of y'all. I'm gonna post, a picture on the feed, the community feed, and I'm gonna say, yeah, be outside. Come meet up, come link up, right? So I'm excited for that. Now I've been dying to see these start lists, and finally the start lists are out. So I'm gonna give you a preview of the meeting and the athletes that are entered into the events and who I think could potentially walk away with the wins here. Now, track is depending on when you get this video. It could be D-Day because even though I'm saying tomorrow, I'm probably going to put it out tomorrow. So with that said, you're going to get it on the actual day, which is Saturday, the 11th of May. With that said, though, I'm excited. Let's jump straight into the start list. And I'm going to kick things off with the men's and women's sprint hurdles. Yeah, let's start there. So I'm excited for this. The hurdles are the gift that keep giving. The men turn up and the women turn up and they're always ready to run fast. And that's what I'm excited about. We rarely see any dodging, if ever we see any dodging in the hurdles for both the men and the women. So yeah, the fields are always pretty strong. So kicking things off, let's take a look at the women's 100-meter hurdles. And this one is going to be a firecracker because we have the world record holder Toby Amerson lining up here. But not only that, and of course, she's Nigerian. But not only her, we have the American Nia Ali. Then we have Daniel Williams, the Jamaican, and also world champion, current world champion. Then we have Christina Clemens from America. She's on the comeback. And then we have Latricia. I hope I didn't, chop her name. Trackies. And then from Jamaica, we have Yannick Thompson. Then from Jamaica as well, we have Rochelle Burton. And also from America, we have Gabrielle Cunningham. And Latrice is from France, I believe. Right now, with that said, Trackies. Toby Amerson in this race, I believe, could potentially walk away with the win. Why am I saying that? Well, in her last outing, even though she was disqualified in China, girl came back on the field and took a fantastic win. Good execution. Even though the start wasn't the best, towards the end of the race, she definitely came on and she was literally able to walk past everybody as if they were standing still to snag the win, but then was later disqualified. So with that said, I'm probably going to go with Toby Amerson for this win. However, somebody that always comes out very, very strong in the hurdles is none other than Nia Ali. She's always ready, she stays ready, and she always runs strong. So if there's someone that could potentially, give us a surprise in this race, I believe it's Nia Ali, and she could potentially maybe snip Toby Amerson for the win because she has a good start and she also has a good finish, right? So with that said, if there's any, I guess upsets you would say in this race, I definitely say it's probably going to be Nia Ali. Now, Daniel Williams, the world champion, is there, and you should be thinking, why am I not counting her for the win? Well, based on the last few outings, I've been noticing that her finish is not as strong. She has an amazing start, but she tends to lose ground towards the end of the race. That is definitely an area that she's going to have to work on. Is it fixed for this particular meeting? I'm not necessarily sure. So that said, I don't think she'll be able to potentially stop Atomi Abasan or Nia Ali in this next outing tomorrow. So that said, I'm gonna go with Toby Amasan for the win, Nia Ali second, and Daniel Williams third. That's my order as it relates to the top three trackies. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Though if you disagree, sure, tell me in the comment section why you think who is going to win will win. Right now, that's a check. Is let's jump on over to the men's 110-meter hurdles. Now, in the men's 110-meter hurdles, most notably, I believe Hansa Parchment is missing. From the start list, I did, believe earlier on that he was booked for this meet, but I'm not seeing him here on the start list. So it seems as though he's scratched. With that said, we're left with Daniel Roberts from the United States of America and Orlando Bennett from Jamaica. This seems to be a USA versus Jamaica race. Jamal Britt from America, Eric Edwards from America, then Damian Thomas, Jamaica, LaFrance Campbell, Jamaica, and Andre Harris, Jamaica. Now, with that said, Trekkies, for me personally, this seems like a runaway victory for Daniel Roberts. He's the world leader. I believe at this moment he's still the world leader in the men's 110-meter hurdles. So I believe he should not be challenged, and I think he walks out with the win here. Actually, I'm thinking that America may sweep based on the times clocked in this event so far. But it's the hurdles. You never know. Sometimes things don't necessarily go go right, or sometimes for somebody else things go extremely right and they're able to outdo someone else. So with that said, though, I'm not necessarily seeing it, but if it happens, it could. Maybe it come from an Orlando Bennett as well. Um, Damon Thomas is on the comeback, so let's see what he's able to do here. LaFrance is, a freshly professional athlete, getting his foot wet, dibbling and dabbling here. Hasn't really reached those heights just yet, but let's see the performance that he's able to drop in this particular meeting. And I was impressed by Andre Harris as well, from his last outing. He's one that I have no put on my radar to look out for going forward in the future. I just don't think at this particular moment that Jamaica will figure in the top three. I could be wrong. Let me all know your thoughts in the comment section. But I do think America may sweep in the men's 110-meter hurdles, though I would be happy if Jamaica can sneak in to one of those pole positions. Arnold Chaka is moving away now from the sprint hurdles. Let's jump into some 400 meters. And I'm excited for this one because a few of our, 400 meter strong girls at this particular moment are on show, right? And we come up against Alexis Holm from America, Brittany Brown from America, as well as Aliyah Abrams from Guyana, right? So Stacey's here for Jamaica. Cherokee Young is there. Stephanie McPherson is there as a Jamaican. Ashley Williams is there as well as Sana Anderson. So those are the athletes that line up. Straight off the bat, I'm going to just tell you that this is probably going to be a race between Stacey-Ann Williams and Alexis Holmes. No, based on times heading in, I would say that Alexis Home may have the slight edge over Stacey-Ann, but I'm not gonna lie. That last race that I saw from Stacey-Ann Williams was giving me life. So I'm gonna go to the limb and I'm gonna say Stacey takes the win here. Actually, I thought she was very disappointed in her last outing because she thought she'd have gone much faster. However, the conditions were horrible, so it was quite understandable why she didn't go as fast as she thought she would. With that said, I'm thinking that she could possibly be looking for something close to sub 50, if not sub 50. Right now, her season's best is a 50.71 seconds. So you never know. Let's see what happens here. But I'm just going to go to an element called Stacy for the win. Love their execution, sprinted from gun to tape in the last outing. So if she comes out with that same kind of fierceness, she could definitely sneak the win here. Cherokee seems to be getting better and better. I loved her at the World Relays. She was much better here than she was indoors in terms of her season shape, right? So with that said, I'm happy that she seems to be getting much faster as well. So I'm interested to see where she places in this race, as well as Stephanie. She's our stalwart. She's also been getting back into things slowly but surely. She also had a torrid season last year as well, so she's getting back into things. New girls on the block, Ashley Williams, as well. Let's see what they can do. I just don't have them figuring in the top pole positions, but let's see. For me personally, this is a race between Stacey-Ann Williams and Alexis Holmes. Okay, so let's jump on over to the men's equivalent. And this one is going to be very, very interesting because we have the world champion Antonio Watson from Jamaica lining up here. And he faces off against Matthew Hudson Smith from Great Britain, Matthew Bowen from America, Michael Cherry from America, Alonzo Russell from Bahamas. We have Michael Joseph from St. Lucia. We have Zanjan Barnes from Jamaica, and we have Demish Gay from Jamaica. All right, so this one is going to be very sticky because based on seasons best done by the Jamaican athletes, it would seem as though they potentially may not finish in any of the pole positions, meaning one, two, three. It may be a tough run for them. Hopefully, based on what I'm seeing from Antonio Watson, he's much sharper than he was a week prior. That 46.7. Hopefully, he's much faster than that and he can get himself into a pole position. But it's definitely going to be tough. I'm assuming that he's probably trying to run himself, into shape, or round himself into shape then, to phrase it a better way, right? But it's still going to be a tough challenge. Matthew Hudson Smith may walk away with the win here. Matthew Bowling as well may have a high placing. I'm just hoping that at the end of the day, Antonio Watson can be in one of those top three positions and have a much better run than he had a week prior. But if they don't, then I won't necessarily be surprised because, again, going based on season's best, the Jamaicans definitely are not firing, or the Jamaicans Jamaicans in this field are not on their A game just yet, or ready to challenge some of those sub 45 times so far. Though in this particular race, I do not believe anybody has gone sub 45 so far this season. I believe the fastest person is Matthew Hudson Smith with a 45 seconds on the nose. But still, with that said, based on the 46-second runs, 47-second runs that we are having here from a Jamaican perspective, we may not necessarily be able to challenge, top three, even though I am hoping that we are able to. Maybe Antonio Watson will definitely come out and surprise, a week later from what he did, a week prior, right? So I'm hoping for that. But again, track is that's how I see things here. Jamaicans may unfortunately finish out of top three, though again, I'm hoping that we do finish in top three, right? So that's the track is. Let's jump on over to the sprints. And yeah, I'm very excited for these events, as I'm sure everybody else is excited for the sprints. Now, I'm going to start with the 200 meters. Now, I do noticeably notice that there is no Julian Alfred in the lineup here for either the 100 meters or the 200 meters for the women, which, is a damper, I suppose. But with that said, we still have strong lineup. So let's kick things off with the women's 200 meters, where we have Dina Asher Smith here, Brianna Williams. It looks like Brianna Williams is going to be doing the double here this week, so I'm happy to see her out and about and doing two events as well. And then we have Laneta V. Thomas. I haven't seen her in a bit. I thought she was potentially maybe picked up a niggle, but it seems not. She's here ready to run, right? Also here as well is Jessica Bai. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that her name correctly. Then Ashanti Moore's here as well, and Natasha Robinson. Right. So how do I see this race going? Actually, this race could be potentially between training partners Dina Asher Smith and Lene Tava or Tave Thomas. Child, I still don't know how it's pronounced. I don't know if it's Tava or Tave. But anyway, Lene and Dina, I think that is how this race may figure between Dina Asher Smith and Lene. The question now is who takes the win. I think both of them have really surprised me this season over the 400 meters. I do think Lene probably looks the better of the two over the four. When I look at the other distances, the 300 meters, I think Dina beats her out there in the three. Then we get down to the two. Oh my gosh, it's so concerning right now because it's so hard to call who may win this particular race. Dina, though, if we're just going based on personal best, clearly is the better athlete, right? So with that edge, I would say probably she takes the win, but I think it's going to be a battle between herself and Lene. So I'm gonna go Dina for the win here, but Lene is gonna be a close second. That's what I'm gonna say here. I don't know if Lene has the sprint speed just yet to defeat Dina. I know she has the strength. Don't know if she has the sprint speed just yet to defeat Dina at this particular moment, because Dina not only has the speed, but she has definitely improved on her strength as well. So this particular race is going to be interesting. I'm hoping that we can get a good run from Brianna. She hasn't run the 200 meters in, years. So I'm expecting to see her come out and, give a good account of herself. Also looking out for Ashanti Moore as well. Again, there are spots available on the team, for the trials. I'm hoping to see these girls come out and fight, for their spots if they want, a spot on the team to, represent Jamaica in Paris. All right, so Trackies, I'm going to jump on over to the men's 200 meters now. This one is going to be a hot one as well. I don't think Jamaica will figure, unfortunately. But with that said, we have Zarnell Hughes, Fred Curley, Christian Coleman, Pablo Matteo, Brendan Rodney, Michael Campbell, Jazeel Murphy, and Javari Thomas. Now, from a Jamaican perspective, I think that probably Jazeel Murphy will be our highest placer. Yeah, I think that's probably how things are going to go. Now the question is, who takes the win here? Is it between Zarnell Hughes, Fred Curley, and Christian Coleman? I think so. I think it's between those three. So now I'm wondering who is stronger, with the speed, right? Hmm. I'm probably going to go with Zarnell and Christian Coleman, probably, for the top two slots. And I'm probably going to give Zarnell the edge. I'm probably gonna go with Zarnell, then I'm gonna go with Christian, then I'm gonna go with Fred. I'm not really sure what's going on with Fred, to be fair. He just hasn't been executing, these last couple of years, hasn't looked, how he originally looked when he, took on the shorter sprints. So I'm not really sure what's going on with him. But with that said, I'm not going to be expecting people that are executing the way they typically execute to lose out to somebody that looks a shadow of themselves. Let's put it that way. So with that said, I'm probably going to go Zarnel Christian, and then I'm going to say Fred with the Jamaicans, some place back, unfortunately. Yeah, so that's the men's 200 meters. So down to the final events now, trackies. I'm going to be touching on the 100 meters for the women and the men. Let's start with the men's 100 meters. There's Akeem Blake, Ronnie Baker, Julian Fort, Brandon Hicklin, Sanjay Davison, Jerome Blake. There's Cajun Golson. There's Taekwondo Tracy, and then there is Brian Lavelle. I'm laughing because I remember some persons were saying that we shouldn't bet on Julian Fort. Uh, but I think in this particular racetrack is I'm going to bet on Julian Fort. I think I'm going to bet on him in this race, and I'm going to say Julian Fort for the win. As it relates to the other placings, I think those are going to be very interesting. I'm interested to see what Akeem Blake does. Sandre Davison does as well. Cajun Golson, I'm interested to see what he does here as well. Taekwondo Tracy. Ronnie Baker is always going to be into things, as well as I'm interested to see Brian Level. Well, you can't call that. I'm interested to see everybody based on how I just called that. Let's just say I'm interested to see everybody. Top three. Oh wow, this is going to be interesting. I think Julian takes the win. All right, let's go from there. So we have Julian. I believe the other two placings in top three are between Akeem Blake, Sandra Davison, and Ronnie Baker. That's how I think top three is potentially going to go. Y'all can tell me in the comment section what you think, but that's my top three there. Well, I did call four names, child. But anyway, it is what it is. That's the men's 100 meters. That's going to be an interesting race to see. Last but certainly not least, let's jump into the women's 100 meters, where we have Mary Jose Talou, Abby Steiner, Kemba Nelson, Alana Reed, Jemima Joseph, Brianna Williams, Tia Clayton, Tina Clayton. That's interesting. I think this is the first time I'm seeing Tina and Tia line up over the 100 meters this season. Should be a banger. I'm excited. Kemba Nelson is here, Alana is here, Brianna is here, Mary Jose Talou is here, Abby Steiner is here. Okay, so straight off the bat, I'm gonna say Mary Jose Talou Smith gets the win. That relay anchor leg was wild. There's nobody here beating her. Maybe if Julian Alfred was here, maybe we could see a challenge, but I don't think there's anybody challenging her in this race. Now it comes down to the next two spots where Abby Steiner is one of those people that like to battle, right? And they love a challenge. The question is if the Jamaicans can live up to the challenge right now based on where they are in their season, right? I'm gonna say Tia and Tina, or Tina probably. Well then again, Tina did give me a good run. Tia, I should say, did give me a good run on the relay. Hmm. All right, so I'm gonna say we could probably see one of the twins in top three, as well as maybe I'm not sure what's going on with Alana. I don't know if she's 100%. But I liked her relay leg as well. I'm going to say one of the twins and Alana are going to be in top three. Well, then again, what am I saying? Because there's Abby Steiner as well, so that's four people. Okay, Trackies. Okay, so we have, I'm gonna say Mary Jose Talou for the clear win, and then we have to pick apart and see if any other Jamaicans can take down Abby Steiner. If any of them can, it would probably be between Tia, Alana. That's how I'm looking at it, guys. I'm hoping that I could see a better run from Brianna Williams in this race, and also Kemba Nelson as well. She tends to fluctuate as well, based on her performances that I've been seeing recently. So I'm hoping that I can see a better performance from them. Yeah, so that's how I'm seeing this particular invite. All right, so check it. That is it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Now, who do you think wins in these races? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and let me know why as well. Like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.